Okay, here we are back in Sunrider, and I'm about to move forward in the storyline, but I
Welcome to
figured I'd show
Research
off
and
my
Development.
upgrades. Basically, Sunrider 4, Energy Reactor 5, that way I can fire the kinetics twice in one turn. I have the kinetics at 6 points of damage, so it does 500 per slug. Accuracy is at 5, so 84%. Cost is to get it down just under 60 so I can fire it twice. I don't think it's worth it to go anything beyond that. Sunrider I don't really see as blasting a lot of mechs. Worst come to worst, I can always use the assault at close range. Missiles, I can worry about that later, and you can see the flak and armor. For the Blackjack, I now put that reactor at 120. Has a total of 900 hit points, 1 level of evasion. And for its energy weapons, this one I went ahead and upgraded. I figure I'm probably going to be using the pulse or the lasers to shred stuff from a distance, or even up close. But the key thing is, this is my anti-rider rider beyond just the Phoenix. Also upgrade its accuracy so that everything actually hits. And the energy cost, I have the pulse all the way down to 40, so if the Blackjack remains stationary, I can actually fire it 3 times a turn. And worst come to worst, the lasers I can fire twice without moving. As for the missiles, those are low priority for me. Same for the melee, since this doesn't have stealth like Akari does. You get punished for going in close. This one I went ahead and put 6 points into, or 6 levels into the armor because it's pretty cheap on her end. With her actual high amount of hit points, it's pretty worthwhile to actually invest in the armor. You can get a big return out of it. As for the Liberty, for some reason, people are starting to shoot at it, so I gave it a couple extra points of hull plating. Shield power I put up to level 2, shield range 2, armor up to 3, because once again, people are shooting at it for some reason. The Bianca, pretty much the same boat as the Liberty. I gave it more hit points, more defenses. I'm not really using it for its kinetic. If there was something to boost the or lower the cost of aim down or something like that, I'd probably go for that. But otherwise, the Bianca is just a shield bot and spamming debuffs. As for the Paladin, I have it at 1000 hit points, 120 points in the reactor, and its kinetic is at level 5, so that way it does 480 per shot. Accuracy is all the way up to 84%, so I can shoot from a bit of a distance. And for its kinetic cost, I have it all the way down to 51. Mainly, the reason why I have it this low is pretty much for assault spam. Worst come to worst, if I have to thin out a lot of riders, I can fire the assault 4 times a turn, and maybe even squeeze in a kinetic shot somewhere in there to really mess crap up. Sadly, this is where it's starting to get too expensive for the return, but if I can put some more points into the reactor, I might be able to move and still shoot the kinetic twice. We'll have to see. And the missiles on this thing are actually pretty nasty, so I'd look forward to upgrading this in the future. I don't want to waste my remaining 600. It has a lot of armor on its own, it has its own flak guns, etc., etc. As for the Seraphim, I had to upgrade its hull plating and evasion because people are actually able to hit it despite me leaving it all the way in the back. Leaving the reactor as is because I don't move this thing. If I put 5 levels into accuracy, it's just going to sit there and shoot. I have the kinetic damage at level 7, so it does 435 per shot. And I put the armor into it because people are shooting at it and actually reaching it somehow. As for the Phoenix, 3 points into hull, reactor, evasion. Basically, I just need to survive and stab things. As for the armor, I gave it a bit so that I could take some assault punishment. Pretty sure kinetic will still destroy it, but also gave it some flak defense to intercept
Thank you,
missiles.
Captain. Come again
With
soon.
all these side missions out of the way, there's no one left to talk to, so we are going to the bridge to advance the storyline. Change of plans, Ava. We're en route to Anjas. The Admiral wishes to meet us in person there. You better iron out the wrinkles on your uniform, then. Anjas isn't that far from Sarah. At the rate we're going, maybe we'll be back home in time for the new year. Better not jinx it, Captain. Sarah's still a long ways yet. What's the situation at Anjas? The Alliance liberated it from Pact last week. Anjas is best known for its vast Anjasite reserves. Anjasite's a rare ore which can be found nowhere else in the galaxy. Just a drop of liquid Anjasite's more valuable than an entire barrel of crude fuel. Due to its resources, Anjas has had a long and troubled history. First conquered by the Ruvians, then by the New Empire, then by Pact. Anjas has been the target of virtually every spacefaring power for as long as recorded history. Liquid Anjasite. I hear it's almost magical. There's nothing magical about it. It does have numerous military applications, though, including powering warp drives and riders. It can also be converted into a super dense solid used in the manufacture of high-grade armor and munitions. The Alliance devoted considerable resources into taking it from Pact. The Battle of Anjas lasted 5 days between 9 fleets, hundreds of thousands of casualties on both sides. Makes Fireport seem small in comparison. Ready to warp on your word, Captain. Alright, thanks for the report. So, we can now head out. Let's go meet Admiral Gray. Sunrider warping out. And that planet makes Tatooine look like a tropical paradise. Warp complete, Captain. We have arrived at Anjas. Ease us into port, Ava. Understood, Captain. Slow to 1/10 power, Ensign. We are to dock at Stargate 32B. Contact Alliance Control and request permission to dock. I better get ready to take the Admiral on board. You have the bridge, Ava. Understood, Captain. So, down to the hangar bay we go. A 10 hut. Admiral, allow me to introduce Captain Cato Shields. It has been my privilege to serve under him on board the Sunrider. Captain Shields, a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Likewise, Admiral Gray. Welcome to Anjas. It's good to hear Anjas has been liberated. The Alliance's progress in the war has been impressive thus far. The war is far from won, but the tide is in our favor. Still, we mustn't become overconfident. The situation is still precarious. The Venazar has held back his greatest fleets from a direct confrontation so far, undoubtedly waiting for us to get arrogant and make careless mistakes. We'll talk more in my office, but first we prepared a tour of the ship. Do show me around, Captain. I hear your ship is one of the finest in the Neutral Rim. Since the defeat at Fireport, the Alliance has been steadily pushing our forces back. Our greatest fleets still hold position over Ryuvia and Sarah. As for the others... Was it wise to allow the Alliance to take Anjas? The people of Anjas have been oppressed for so long. It troubles me to imagine of what horrors the Alliance may impose upon the Ongessians. Fontana, when one plays the game of chess, smaller pieces must be sacrificed to win. The Alliance fleet far outnumbers our own. We cannot meet them head-on. But they are not united under one purpose as we are. We will slowly whittle down their will until dissent within their own ranks sabotages their efforts. The people of the Alliance are strangers to the necessities of war. Just like the Imperials, they are addicted to their own opulence. Once the people of the Alliance realize the sacrifices they must make to fight a distant war in the Neutral Rim, they will begin to question their cause. They are merely an unruly mob, content to live their lives in the riches of the core worlds. We will take away their wealth, their comfort, their luxuries. And once we have done that, the Alliance will be destroyed from within, not by our own cannons, but by its own greed. And that is when we will strike. What of our own citizens? Our ships are crimson because they have been forged with our own blood. You have been a loyal advisor, our Fontana. You were a mere slave boy when we first met. Now you are our trusted right hand. My leader. We will entrust the destruction of the Sunrider to you. While it is merely one ship, we fear it will interfere with our plans again. Bring the princess back to us, but kill the rest of them. It has just arrived at Anjas. Take your best ships and draw it out. Captain Shields is young. Captain Shields is young, but still a formidable enemy. Do not underestimate him, or you will meet the same fate which befell Cullen. Understood, my leader. Arcadius' hologram disappeared. The true Arcadius fought for the protection of the hungry and poor. Is this truly what he would have wanted? You have a fine vessel here, Captain. The rumors I have heard of the camaraderie among your crew do no justice to what you have done here. We're the last vessel of Sarah, Admiral. We're the only family we have. I hope you have received the supplies you requested. Contact me personally if you are in need of additional resources. Thank you, Admiral. My first officer informs me that our resupply operations are going well. The Alliance is a great and benevolent nation, Captain. I grew up listening to the stories of my ancestor, the High Admiral Madeline Gray, a hero who unified the fleets of 100 worlds to defend Solaris from the Imperials. The Alliance was an agreement between the free worlds to unify against the tyranny of the Empire. We were born to protect our freedoms from dictators. And now it's our duty to take up arms once more, this time against the madman Arcadius, who threatens to paint the entire galaxy red. We are the greatest force of freedom in the history of the galaxy. Even in the midst of war, we are conducting our elections as we speak. My best wishes for your candidacy. I have no desire to become a politician, Captain, but becoming the President of the Alliance will allow me to finally reform our government. Too many lives have been lost because of the inaction of the Solar Congress. Instead of bold statesmen, our politicians have become like little children on a playground, squabbling over irrelevant issues. We must win this war quickly. I do not wish to see our best and brightest die needlessly because of a lack of political will at Solaris. In any matter, let me speak of the real reason why I called you here. I understand you have experience fighting pirates, Captain. We do. A certain pirate girl seems to have a thing for me. Good, because she's here, at Anjas. You are to find her and put an end to her, for good. Hunting pirates is our specialty, Admiral. We'll take care of it. Anjas is Cosmos' home turf. She knows this area like the back of her hand. Be careful, and Godspeed, Captain. That concludes our meeting. It was my pleasure having you on board. Lieutenant, do take care of our good captain for us. Understood, sir. Well then, I do believe it is time I returned to work. Admiral, are you injured? I'm fine. The hell was that? Captain, we need you on the bridge. Damn. Kriska, secure the Admiral. Sir. Let go of me. I said I'm fine. Now what's going on? Report. There was an explosion from within the station, Captain. In our systems. No damage to report. Put our riders on alert. Power weapons. Damn, the fuel tanks on board the station are loaded with liquid Anjasite. If those ignite. Emergency dust-off. Disconnect all of our docking clamps. Aye, Captain. Hitting reverse thrusters. Too late. Report. Liquid Anjasite containers have burst. We managed to avoid the worst of it, but the station has been catastrophically damaged. This is Cosette Cosmos, terror of the stars. To all Solar Alliance Imperialists, leave this planet at once. Our Anjasite is not for you. We will die fighting to the last ship before we become a part of your empire. Scramble our riders. Negative, Captain. It was just a pre-recorded message. Psychological warfare, huh? No, an act of terrorism. Now you've seen the threat that this woman poses to the war effort. I expect her dealt with. Understood, Admiral. We know how to handle her. Okay, so lots of people to talk to. Let's bite the bullet and talk to the Grump here. Any leads to Cosette's whereabouts? Not yet. What's the full extent of the damage after her last attack? It slowed the Alliance down, but that was only one of 6 space stations the Alliance put up around the planet. Security has been stepped up in the other stations. Cosette won't be able to pull something like that again. Not for a long time. So, how was the rest of the visit? Fine. The Admiral wishes to help us. But you're worried about something. It's not just Cosette on your mind, is it? The Alliance has gotten awfully comfortable here. Those space stations in orbit around Anjas aren't temporary. Those stations are a precursor to space elevators. They'll most likely drop tethers down from them to transport Anjasite ore to orbit. That way they can refine the ore into liquid Anjasite for warships and to be transported deeper into the core worlds. The Alliance intends to establish a permanent foothold this deep in the neutral rim. Why wouldn't they? The Battle of Anjas cost hundreds of thousands of lives, and many times more treasure. Would any sane person just leave the Anjasite alone after committing that much resources to obtain it? This is hardly a liberation. Eloquent debates and good feelings do not win wars, Captain. Fuel and munitions do. Sarah's not far from here. We're fighting to liberate our home. Planting an Alliance flag right outside our doorstep doesn't figure well into our liberation. Anjas is a conflict-ridden dust bowl which has been oppressed by foreigners for as long as written history. Sarah is a free, advanced blue world. We have a history of independent governance, civil rights, economic diversification. None of those exist on Anjas. I hope you're right. Captain, it's me. Come in, Shigara. Good day, Captain. Is something the matter? No, Captain, not at all. In fact, things are going so well, the engineering staff decided to take a break. I was just wondering, would you like another round of tea? I made some extra pastries and I was thinking they would go well with it. Sure thing. I always have time for tea with my chief. Captain, please stop calling me that. It doesn't suit me. Sorry. Honestly, Chigara, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this. I thought my command on board the Sunrider was just going to be for routine patrols. All the Saran military ever did was interdict smugglers and tangle with some local pirates. I was never trained for this. None of us were. All of our smartest and most experienced captains are dead. All that's left is us, the newest ship in the fleet. I made some calls here I'm not so sure about. Everything's so much easier in a simulator and officer school. When you actually have to make a call on the spot, it's just impossible. You never know what's going to happen next. You don't have time to think the consequences through. It's just a split-second twitch decision. It terrifies me to think that the lives of everyone on this ship can depend on nothing more than my guesses. Captain, you've done an amazing job so far. None of us would have made it this far if it wasn't for you. I remember when Asaga and I were the only ones here. Now we have a hangar full of riders from across the galaxy. Best yet, we're all one family, Captain, and it's because of you. I'm just worried about the Solar Alliance. I hope I don't regret working with them. We all trust you with our lives. I'm sure whatever you do, it'll be the right thing. Thanks, Chigara. I better get going. My staff might need me. Alright, I need to get back. I better get back to work, too. If it's alright, may I keep coming here? I enjoy our tea time together. Of course, Chigara. Thank you. I'll see you later, Captain. See you, Chigara. Okay, Asaga's turn. Looking to the stars, Captain? Yeah. I notice you like doing that. My secret's been exposed. Hey, Asaga, a question. What? What do you suppose an ideal starship captain will be like? Super handsome with princely looks. Aside from looks, you dork. Hey. Well, I guess he'd be super good with navigation and all that, and be knowledgeable with weaponry, not to mention pretty smart with rider operation, too. That wasn't what I was asking. Don't worry about it. It was my fault for even asking. Sorry. Shields turned around to leave. And I think my ideal captain would be the sort of person who stands for doing what's right, no matter the cost. Someone who stands not for the established order, but who fights on behalf of the poor and weak. Someone who's heroic. A captain who will uphold the truth and fight not to win, but for the name of justice. Someone willing to make the ultimate sacrifice if it means saving the lives of innocents. Someone who believes in the goodness of humanity, who believes no matter what happens, everything will turn out alright in the end. A hero of justice. We all try to be like that, but it's not so easy in real life. Never said it was, Captain. But aren't all things worth having in life hard to get? I guess that's true. Thanks, Asaga, for that. Anytime, Captain. Okay, Sola's turn. Captain. Something the matter, Sola? I was having some difficulty with the Seraphim. It seems like some of the parts from the Alliance are not compatible with my systems. That's definitely an issue, huh? Even though we might be able to perform repairs on the hull, a lot of the Seraphim's gadgetry is beyond our tech. I'm trying to get Chigara on understanding more of the Seraphim's systems. Even if we don't understand how it works, we might still be able to start replicating parts at least. I am sorry. I do not wish to cause trouble. Seraphim's abilities are beyond anything we have right now. It's actually our low tech which is causing the trouble here. Further, I wish to thank you, Captain. Even though I am a stranger to this timeline, you have welcomed me as part of your crew. It's the least we can do for our sharpshooter. I do not understand how I survived the Charlac's final tear, nor how I found myself millennia in the future. But I am relieved I survived. I no longer wish to return to the great nothingness, but to continue to live so that I may make new friends. I'm glad to hear. You have yourself to thank for that. I didn't do anything. The strongest form of determination is the kind which comes from your own heart, Sola, not what comes from others. I see. I will remember that. Okay, so I guess we can move forward with the story now. Captain, everything alright with the Paladin? Yes, sir. I've been meaning to talk to you. What's the matter? I understand you've got some concerns about the Alliance. I guess word spreads fast on board a ship. What do you have to say? If you have time, I wanted to show you something. We're still in the middle of resupplying right now. Ava's got everything under control. Alright, what did you want to see? I've arranged to have a shuttle take us to one of the Ongessian orbital colonies. I received clearance from the Admiral to have you inspect our efforts on Anjas personally. Once you've seen what we're doing on Anjas, I'm sure you'll change your mind about the Alliance. Alright, let me contact Ava on the comm. I'll tell her that I'll be leaving for a few hours to inspect the Alliance's occupation firsthand. Thank you, Captain. I'll be waiting here with the shuttle. Welcome to Habitat P4X684, Captain. Shields covered his nose as soon as he got off the shuttle. I thought they smelled bad on the outside. But let's get back to the story. Are the life support systems defective? We were all shocked when we first arrived here. The colony was built by the new Empire to accommodate 10,000 workers for their orbital refineries. As you can tell, the population expanded through the years, and now this cramped station holds over 500,000 people. That's unbelievable. Believe it or not, the smell was even worse when we first arrived. We've installed new air purifiers throughout the station's ventilation system, but even then I doubt the station can continue to hold so many people. Come this way. I've prepared an inspection of our relief efforts here for you. What about food and medicine? It's as you can imagine. Just clean water is a valuable commodity here. We have dozens of relief vessels coming and going around the clock, but even then it's been a struggle. Decades of andesite refining have spread toxic chemicals throughout the station. Worse, there are diseases running rampant throughout the station which have been eliminated in civilized space for centuries. Then why did you bring us here? You've killed us, Kriska. You've killed us! In just the few days since we've arrived, we delivered over 50 metric tons of food to the station and twice as much clean water. We've docked a medical cruiser here to tend to the sick. 4 more have been diverted from the front lines to tend to the people here. We've set up 6 water filtration stations throughout the station. Organize neighborhood patrols. Can you see, Captain? This is what tyranny does to innocents. The Alliance is a force of good for the galaxy. We sent the tyrants responsible for this packing back home and brought change for the people of Anjas. Our compassionate technological know-how will make the galaxy a better place, beginning with Anjas. You truly believe that, Captain? Do you wish to know the truth? I was actually born outside of Alliance space. I saw firsthand what corruption can do to innocents. My family lived in constant fear of the government, who demanded all of our livelihoods from us. The same government which never protected us from pirates, and yet always found money to spend on terrorizing the populace. The Alliance has stood for freedom and individual choice from the day of its birth. Originally, the Holy Ryuvian Emperors sought to rule the galaxy, but in their quest for power they destroyed themselves. Then it was the new empire which sought to rule all of mankind. They fell to our nation, an alliance formed not out of fear or oppression, but out of the universal truth that all of humankind has the right to freedom, equality, and opportunity. Every man, woman, and child throughout the galaxy deserves to forge their own destiny. That is the only universal truth. You have a visitor. Come here, little girl. What's your name? Kyoko. I'm Kato, and this is Kriska. Kato, Kyoko, and Kriska. We make quite the trio. My mommy says I shouldn't speak with strangers. Then why'd you come over here and start talking to us? Your mommy's right, but don't worry, we're not here to hurt you. I was wondering, are you one of the star people? The star people, huh? You could say that, Kyoko. Please, take me away from this place. I don't want to be here. I want to be on a spaceship. I'm sorry, but your mommy would miss you too much if you left. I don't care. Shields knelt down and spoke with the child face to face. I know this place isn't as fun as a spaceship. But you see this lady here? She's Lieutenant Kriska Stairs of the Alliance Navy. Her friends are going to make this place a better place for you, alright? They'll bring you good food, help you if you ever get sick. They'll plant trees. Maybe one day they might even build you a playground here. It'll just take some time, alright? You have to be patient. But always remember, you should always stay with your family. Because once you lose them, you never get them back again. Okay. Shields patted the girl on the head and stood. Shall we continue on, Captain? No, I've seen enough already. Let's go back, Lieutenant. Understood, sir. Is she gonna stow away? Perhaps with the Alliance intervention, the people of Anjas can finally live in prosperity. How long do you think it'll take to restore civil society to Anjas? With the war going on, our efforts are limited. Once the war is finished, the Alliance will be able to dedicate more funding into reconstruction as well. Captain, I enlisted for the Alliance fleet to do good. Perhaps we are distrusted in the neutral rim, but our intentions for the galaxy have always been peaceful. I appreciate the gesture of goodwill, but we in the neutral rim value our independence more than Alliance protection. Sir, the Alliance can offer the galaxy a much easier life. Hundreds of planets have already joined and seen explosive growth in their GDP and standard of living. Kriska, some things are worth more than money. Suddenly a group of masked men poured out from an alleyway and surrounded Shields and Kriska. Ah, shit. Raised their hands as the men drew their rifles. Welcome to Anjas, Captain. Cosette, how'd you find us? Our little friend pointed us in the right direction. That's him right there, he's the captain. Damn, I got careless. Good job, my little bird. You've earned this platinum. Cosette tossed a silver coin to the girl. Take our prisoners into custody, boys. Shields was pushed down to his knees as gunmen tied fasteners around his wrists. You're making a mistake, Cosette. You never should have brought children into this. Oh no, Captain. By the time I was her age, I'd already killed men twice your size. You're naive. This isn't your cozy core world. This is Anjas, the pit of the galaxy, where the strong prey on the weak. Gunman struck Shields on the back of the head with a rifle. Shields fell to the ground unconscious. Captain, take them away. Show them our best. Captain, are you alright? Yeah. Damn pirates, I thought we had secured this habitat. Like you said, there are 500,000 people living here, a perfect place for Cosette's goons to hide. Steel grinded as the lock on the gate was undone. A burly-looking guard bent into the cell. The boss wants to speak with you. Okay, we won't cause trouble. Kriska stood as well. Not you, just him. Do as he says, Lieutenant. Don't worry, I think Cosette intends to keep us alive. Use us as leverage. Understood, sir. Be safe. You too. I'll be back. Captain! My most favorite person in the world. Sit down. Are you thirsty? Have some water. Cosette passed her canteen to Shields. Shields eyed Cosette. You pussy. Snatched the canteen away from him and took a gulp. You see? Shields took a sip. He gagged the liquid back out. The entire camp laughed. What's the matter, Captain? Our water not pure enough for you? A lifetime of drinking water laced with andesite fucks you up big time. Makes some of us go crazy. Babies are born with one eye, 6 fingers. Sometimes you vomit blood for no apparent reason. Lucky for me, it just made me stop growing since I was 11. How old do you figure I am, Captain? Shields shrugged. It's not kind to guess a woman's age. Wise answer. What are you after, Cosette? As much as I would love to carve you into nice little pieces and mail you back to your pretty little lover back on the Sunrider, you're worth quite a bit to me alive. And I was always more of a businessman than a killer. Haha. You think it's funny? Your reputation precedes you. You've murdered too many civilians to claim you're not a killer. You attack unarmed cargo vessels, you execute their crew, steal their goods. How are you not a killer? Foreigners have been stealing our andesite far more than I have been pillaging the galaxy. Our infants are born monsters, our fathers die in the oil refineries, our livelihoods are stolen from us. And those responsible call themselves CEOs, presidents, general managers, businessmen. Stop this, Cosette. We can help you. We can help Anjas. Oh, we're supposed to believe that the Alliance is here to help us, right? They just want to give us food and medicine. Oh my, what benevolence, what generosity. I'm going to start crying. Help us my ass. They're here for our andesite, nothing more. Oh yeah, what about the medical crews they just docked? What about all the food and water they've distributed? Nothing but tricks. Don't think the Imperials never attempted to deceive us. They offered us rights which never came, food which spoiled, technology which broke, fresh water which became tainted with the andesite they constantly refined over our homes. No, the only truth is that greed runs the galaxy. I'm not one of them. I come from a neutral world just like yours. Listen to me, I have the Admiral's ear. Just give me your demands and we can make amends. I seek independence for my world just as you do. We're in this together. It's too late for that, Captain. Independence or death. All Alliance ships out of Anjas within 48 hours. That is my only demand. You know that won't be possible. We'll hit them until they cannot bear it anymore. They'll have to burn every habitat in orbit around Anjas before they kill all of us. And with each one of us the Alliance kills, our cause will only become stronger. You're mad. Leave the children out of this, at least the children. Cosette whispered into Shield's ear. When I was a child, my own mother sold me to entertain Imperial soldiers overnight, just for a bottle of fresh water. Then when I became a teenager, she made me pretend to be a child, merely because the market for teens was saturated. Supply and demand. She was a businessman too. Don't presume you know everything, Captain. You know nothing. Cosette. I killed her like the bitch she was, and I'll kill anyone else who gets in my way. I am Cosette Cosmos, terror of the stars. Nobody fucks with me. Nobody. You're making a mistake. Enough of them. Take him back to his cell. Soon, Captain, we'll find out just how much you're worth to the Alliance. Captain? Shields opened his eyes. How long had he been trapped in there? I believe I may have found a way out. I found a piece of chipped cement in the cell. It wasn't much, but I managed to cut through most of my bindings. Don't do anything reckless, Lieutenant. The Alliance will come for us. You're injured, Captain. I'm not going to let you stay here. This was my fault. I'm the one who brought you here. Steel screeched as the guard undid the gate. Hey you, the boss wants to see you. Alright. No, the girl this time. Shields looked at Crisco with apprehension. Don't worry, Captain. I can take care of myself. Crisco stood and walked over to the guard. Just as he turned his back, Crisco broke free and wrapped her bindings around his neck. Shields grimaced as the guard's neck bones cracked like twigs. Come on, Captain, let's get out of here. Shields and Crisco ducked behind a crate as a gunman passed. Cosette has this place locked down tight. Our safest bet might be to make a run for it to an escape pod. Suddenly a siren went off behind them. I think they just realized we escaped. Come on, we don't have much time left. And just where do you think you're going, Captain? Cosette. Men surround them. Such a pity we have to keep you alive. Maybe I can cut off a limb or two to pay you back for what you did to my guard. After all, I never promised to return you to the Alliance completely intact. Cosette drew a knife as two gunmen held Crisco down. So tall. You don't know what it's like being stuck like this, until you've tried it yourself. Suddenly a shot echoed through the station. One of Cosette's goons fell to the ground, his brain smeared on the ground. Blinding light flashed as flashbang grenades exploded around Cosette's men. Alliance soldiers stormed Cosette's encampment, guns blazing. Kill them all. Shields crawled over to Crisco as gunfire raged overhead. Are you alright? Fine, Captain. An Alliance Marine picked Shields off the ground. Crisco picked up a weapon and covered Shields' back. Come on, sir, we need to get you out of here. Out of the corner of Shields' eye, he caught sight of something. No, wait, hang on! The girl picked up Cosette's dropped knife. No, put the knife... Don't worry, sir. You're safe now. We'll get you out of here. Let me go, Lieutenant. We've got you. Don't worry, sir. No. God damn it, no! Debris splattered Shields as a shanty was struck with a rocket-propelled grenade. The family dressed in rags scurried from their homes, their screams inaudible against the ringing in Shields' ears. The eldest of the family did not make it in time and was crushed underneath flaming wreckage. Was it one of Cosette's men who had fired the shot, or one of the Alliance? An empty-handed man laid on the ground in a pool of blood. A woman wept as she clutched an infant to her chest. Fall back. Remember this, Captain. This is what your friends from the Alliance seek to bring to Anjas. Freedom? Ha! I'll see you in hell, Captain. Shields sat in his office. While he had been held captive for less than 48 hours, it felt like an eternity had passed since he last sat at his chair. Admiral Gray spoke through the comm. Captain, you have my sincerest apologies for our security lapse. It was our responsibility to protect you during your inspection. We have failed. Shields closed his eyes. Tell me, Admiral, how many civilians died during my rescue? We do not have an exact figure. You've seen it yourself, and Anjas, the line between civilian and combatant is not clear. We even have some reports that girls as young as 7 have been recruited to fight with Cosette's cutthroats. We did manage to neutralize 32 insurgents, however. Did you count the girl as one of them? I have no idea what you mean. I saw your men gun down a girl who couldn't have been more than 10 years old, all because she happened to pick up a little knife. I'm sorry, Captain, but urban fighting leads to collateral damage. This is only the beginning. The people of Anjas will treat you as an occupier, not a liberator. You can offer them all the aid you have, you can promise them freedom and democracy, but as long as you mind their Anjasite, you will always be one of their enemies. Very well, Captain. You've made your point. We shall conduct an internal investigation. I will not have it said that I allowed one of my men to gun down a little girl. An internal investigation? That's it? Yes, Captain. We've got to do more. Captain, let me be frank with you. There are those in the Alliance who do not agree with what we're doing here. I saw some of the ads the Progress Party were running against me just earlier. They accuse me of being an emperor, of plundering Anjas for its oil. What's the only difference between the Admiral and the Venazar? One of them's running for office, they say. The Progress Party fears that I seek to end civilian control over the military, and frankly, many voters do as well. If any negative press of what we're doing at Anjas gets out, the Progress Party may win this election. They'll shut down the aid project here on Anjas. Not only that, but we'll lose our only supply of high-grade fuel in the war. The consequences would be catastrophic, both for Anjas and for the war. You must understand, word of this incident must be kept quiet. I promise I will see to it that those responsible are dealt with appropriately, but it will all be handled by my office, nothing more. You want to cover this up? No, I'm going with this to the press. The truth must be told. Captain, your idealism is noble, but it is not going to deliver food and medicine for the people of Anjas. Neither is it going to fuel our ships. I saw. She was young enough to be one of your granddaughters, Admiral. Captain, in war, atrocities occur. Only when good men fail to act. You. Every Grey since the High Admiral has dedicated their lives to serving the Alliance. So many of us have died to protect the Alliance's ideals throughout the galaxy. Only to see it torn apart by the squabbling politicians in the Solar Congress. I will not let them end me here, not with all we've accomplished. This has nothing to do with the innocence of Anjas. It's about you getting elected. Face it, Admiral, you become a politician yourself. You're going to bury this under the carpet just to score a few votes with the Republic. While innocent children are getting murdered, you'd rather play politics than stand for doing what's right. Very well, Captain. You are right. I did not join the military to cover up any atrocities. Neither did my ancestors. We are honorable people here in the Alliance. I will open a public investigation, as well as make amends to the Angesians. Thank you, Admiral. Now leave me. I must get busy. Yes, sir. Captain? Sir. You are a noble man, but if you were to survive this war, I know. Come in. Captain. As your liaison officer, I offer you my humblest apologies, sir. It was my responsibility to protect you during the inspection, and in that regard I have failed. I will accept whatever punishment you deem fit. At ease, Lieutenant. No, the inspection let me see a lot of things. Sir? We have to stop Cosette and her gang together. Our relief efforts are being sabotaged by Cosette and her gang's terrorist activities. They seek to destabilize this world and turn it into a pirate haven. The Alliance will tolerate no such actions. One day, the people of Anjas will have peace and security, but that will not be accomplished as long as maniacs like Cosette are at large. I want her stopped, dead or alive. With much pleasure, Captain. Once the pirates who merely want to profit from the sad situation have been eliminated, we will rebuild a new Anjas, one where such tragedies will not occur. Report to the commander. She wishes a detailed report of what transpired at Anjas. That will be punishment enough for the security lapse. Understood, sir. Thank you, sir. You are dismissed, Lieutenant. Captain, you killed me. Shields jolted upright on his chair. He had fallen asleep on his paperwork. Shields rubbed his eyes and stretched his back. He went downstairs to the bathroom and splashed a handful of water on his face. His own reflection stared back at him. Did I make the right decision? I'm coming. Shields went back upstairs and opened the door. Captain, I came here as soon as my shift ended. I was so scared when I heard you were taken prisoner. It's alright. I was hardly even gone for 2 days. Still, did they hurt you? Nothing the Alliance couldn't patch up. It was all just minor bumps and scratches, that's all. Captain, don't leave me ever again. I was so worried I thought I was going to faint. Shields put his arms around Chigara. Don't worry, I'm alright. I'm alright. The damn bastard got away. We should have just shot him when we had the chance. Sir, we're getting an FTL transmission. Message, put it through. Cosmos, how are things? Piss poor. Captain's given us the loop and the Alliance dug itself in deep. I am relaying you a battle plan. Study it carefully. Oh? I thought you guys had left us for dead after the ass-whooping the Alliance fleet gave you last week. This is a personal mission, shall we say. Lone wolfing. Such individuality from a Red. So, what's in it for us if we can help you, if we help you out? I can give you exactly what you've wanted all these years. Independence for Anjas once and for all. Deal. And she seriously believed that. What a sucker. Are we finally going into battle? Warp signature detected, Captain. It's another Pack scout ship. Status: hovering out of range. That's the 15th one this past week. Pact must be planning something. They must know of the combined fleet stationed at Anjas. Most likely they want us to chase their scouts so a strike fleet can warp in and hit the Alliance ships while they're refueling. Maintain our position. If Pack manages to slip a ship past us, they'll ignite the Anjasite being stored on our docks and wipe out the entire combined fleet. Aye, Captain. I feel like we're swimming in the middle of a minefield. We are, Lieutenant. There's enough liquid Anjasite in orbit around the planet to blow us all the way back to Farport. Ava, any intel on their new commander? Venizar Fontana. He's quite young considering his position at the top of the Pack chain of command. Despite his age, he's seen as Arcadius' right-hand man. Brilliant just as he is deadly. He is not a foe to be trifled with. Crushing on the enemy's commander is a capital offense commander. That's a little awkwardly phrased. Captain. Also, I believe one of our crew may have encountered him in the past. Oh? I believe Asaga briefly met him while she was captured. What does she say? You can imagine. Oh, right, that guy. He was actually pretty good looking for a Red. Not quite helpful. Regardless, he is a far more fearsome foe than anyone we've encountered in the past. We should not underestimate him. Alright, thanks for the advice. Okay, I have to put a break in the video here. So there's going to be a lot more talking in the next part, and hopefully a battle. But now we know why they gave us 3 side missions at the very beginning, since there are going to be a crapload of scenes. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light, thanks for watching, and goodbye.